Hello my friends and welcome to my channel. This is my design team project for Jaizella Clark of Lavish Laces. I was added to her team in November and this is my first package or bundle that I've received to try and create something special and unique for her using her absolutely beautiful products. I have been ordering from her for quite some time, used some of her products in the kits for the workshops of the retreats that we have done so that the ladies attending could try her beautiful, beautiful laces and such. They're antique and vintage. She's got a great assortment of trims and textiles, laces, findings, all kinds of pretty things as she is able to get them. And so this is what I'm going to share with you today, is what I have created. So because it was shortly before Christmas, I had a fairly busy schedule going and I tried to fit in as much as I could. I didn't quite complete it before Christmas, so it is what it is. It's still absolutely beautiful, and I think I'm going to name it Blue Ice Crystals because it's leading more into snowy themed, more so than Christmas. I did use digitals from RaindropLila, and they're all images of vintage children, which I think was really sweet. I've tried to keep it that way for this particular book only. This is a tall, skinny journal. It measures, I think it's 11 inches completed by 5.5, and it's got a 1.5 inch spine. I am also going to upload the unwrapping video that I did when I received my bundle from her so that you can see how the laces arrived and what I've done to slightly alter some of them. I did tea dye quite a few pieces because I prefer working with more of an aged finish rather than white, but they are just absolutely stunning. And I have created this sweet little topper. It's probably going to be a choice of the person if somebody is interested in getting this journal. They can either have this topper, which is the vintage French beaded appliqué, or this one, and I will share those with you as we go through the journal. I've just added some of my jacquard silk ties, and this is actually a pocket in the front, and it could be used to tuck something inside. I've left it a little looser with that in mind. As you can see, I'm not going to try and shovel this in here because it's beaded, and it is so absolutely beautiful and sparkly. Isn't that gorgeous? It had these long tendrils on it that I really tried to make work, but it just took up too much space, so I ended up cutting them off, and they can easily be used on the edges of pages, but it is just absolutely beautiful. And then what I did was I just used 2 pieces of lightweight chipboard and some vintage Christmas music paper on the back. That's ready to go. You can add some lace, whatever. I had actually run this little piece of some of her eyelet lace, and I was going to do it on the side, but then it would be really hard to stick back in here. So that is kind of where I left it and decided not to use it on this piece. But you could certainly add anything that you like to the topper and use it in that way. So this is beautiful lace. I did a couple of layers. This is some other lace that I have gotten from her previously, and this is also a little tuck spot in the back. I've used her beautiful fabric that was included in the bundle, and it is Dupioni silk, and it was a generous portion. It's beautiful. This piece, as I mentioned, was tea dyed. And then I've added the beaded dangles on the bottom. So let's go inside. And the purpose, of course, of this project was to showcase her laces, and what I did was run them on mostly on the edges of the pages, as you can see. Absolutely gorgeous. I did a few sneak peeks of progress along the way. So here we go. Inside cover. I used angels as well, you know, children, vintage children, angels, all those beautiful images. This is chiffon silk ribbon with some vintage glass buttons and some beautiful laces that I got from a seller in Australia, some of Sheila's bling. But this was the piece, several pieces that jumped out at me when I opened my bundle from her. This beautiful, it's an applique, but it's more like a panel piece of the Lyon lace, French, so beautiful. This very sheer heart-shaped applique lace, and then another piece I used as a band all the way across front and back. So I didn't count the pages. There's probably 20 plus. And as you know, tall skinny journals, it's a little harder to stuff a lot in them because there's less space and it takes up more of the spine. So it is very full. Lots of room to write, as always. That's what I prefer my journals to include. And I did tea-dyed papers, some parchment papers. On all of the back sides of the tea-dyed papers, I used my gilding polish, which is in these very light, sort of a champagne silver color. Just beautiful. And her laces, this journaling card is just Stamperia paper. I've done some mixed media snowflakes using, oh, this stuff I've had for ages. I didn't realize it had been so long since I used it. The Nouveau Glimmer Paste, and this color is called Moonstone. It is brilliant. One of my favorites. So easy to use with a stencil. Here's some of the laces with beautiful pearls and holographic sparkle in it. And just a lovely wintry scene that can be taken off and moved around and journaled on, used however you would like. Some of her beautiful delicate ribbon and a little charm with a crystal angel on it. This page has lots of space for writing, some Emily Dickinson poetry, page out of the Bible from Jeremiah, some beautiful braille paper. Isn't that just so gorgeous? And I chose to add the sweetest laces. These are antique and they are from a German doll shop. Just so pretty. I used actually 2 ruffles. If you know by now, I love to use ruffles. I just think they add so much character to your piece. And this page I have added out of a Christmas monthly publication, and it is from 1909. So that is a page from the book. Beautiful antique applique. This was actually just out of my stash. And a tuck spot, a little tiny angel charm on the back of that paper clip. And a little journaling card that I've made using some avocado dyed index card. Some laces from, this is from Lavish Laces as well. Wasn't in the bundle that I got, but it's from my collection from Jaizella. Some vintage buttons, some chiffon ribbon, just fun stuff. This beautiful lace is from Lavish Laces. You can see that it's antique. It's just so delicate and beautiful. I love it. Little journaling card in this pocket. I've added an embellished paper clip and a little tuck spot. That's a die cut that I've cut out of glittery paper. Some more beautiful lace. It's a very soft blue. So very pretty. Tall tag, tall skinny tag. And I've just added some fibers, some vintage rosette trim, some vintage gold regret trim, lots of metallic, lots of shiny, some blue parchment paper, these beautiful images from RaindropLila, and then 2 tags on this side. I've used also a lot of digitals from PixieDustFiles, which is Debrina Pratt, and some from Under the Night Moon by Maria. Here is one of my favorites. It's actually two different laces from Lavish Laces in the blue, different shades of blue. Isn't that just so soft and delicate? Love it. And then on this side, I've made a little journaling card and added some ribbon and some of her vintage findings. Just little treasures. This ledger paper is from 1938, as you can see. Some of Jaizella's beautiful, beautiful metallic trim. And a little tuck spot on this side of the page. Done a little booklet here. This was some of the vintage seam binding that was included in the bundle. I'm not going to undo it. It's just got 3 images. It's just a little fold-up booklet. And what I did was I just crinkled it up and then wrapped it around this piece. This color is something that I don't use a lot of, but it just was so delicate and so beautiful, and I thought it really coordinated with the other laces that she gave me in the bundle to use. So that is on this side of the page, and I just love the way it hangs over the side. It just looks so lovely. More beautiful eyelet cotton lace on this side. Some granite paper, and then I've done a pocket stack with vintage wallpaper, a paper doily in an image, some tags. I've also used graphic 45's Joy to the World paper collection, which is this one here. Just very plain. The, you know, when you can get the solids and the patterns in a separate pack, that's what I like to use to coordinate. This is Junk Journal Angels, just a little image that I've used. I'll put them in the description, but I've been trying to keep track of when I use digital creators kits and so forth. I keep them together so that I know at the end of the project what I ended up using, if I can remember to cut a piece of the text off the bottom of the papers. Some of this beautiful scalloped crocheted lace, I've just edged the page side with it, and it's really floppy, so pretty. Vintage book page from Les Miserables, some French book page, some Shakespeare vintage book page, and then here I've just got a little image that can be moved around wherever you would like. These laces are just so beautiful in that kind of a caramel butterscotch color. So pretty. I've added a little dangle to the side, a couple of stars, a piece of crocheted cotton doily in this tuck spot, and on this side just a little booklet. It's a little booklet that can be written into and moved around if so desired. And then this is the middle of the signature. It is just vintage book page, and it's called Snow Song. Ooh, maybe that would be a good name for this journal. I should rethink that. Alrighty, inspiration. Beautiful, beautiful applique lace from Jaizella at Lavish Laces. I just thought it made this side page so pretty. Really pretty. Another tuck spot with the coffee dyed gold sprayed metallic paper. And on this side I have added another tag that I've made using some of her vintage seam binding and vintage lace piece onto vintage Christmas sheet music. And then here I've got a little piece of her bling that I've just added to. I put it on a jump ring and just added it to a paper clip. Her little findings are just so unique, and I just love trying to figure out a way how to use them and showcase them. So pretty. The other side of this beautiful lace. And then here I've got a pocket that is inspired by Marlene from Uniquely Ella. It's just got all kinds of little tuck spots and places to put your ephemera. This is a piece of vintage, not not so much a doily, but maybe a tablecloth that I just cut out the rounds. This is from, I was gifted a little box of vintage buttons and it's mother of pearl, so I stitched that on there. Some more vintage book page, and then I've got a fabric swatch. This is just some satin, beautiful embellished or embossed raised embroideries, and then this also is from a piece of tablecloth, edged with the eyelet cotton lace again. This page has a tall skinny tag with an angel on it and a piece of cotton doily applique that also came from Lavish Laces. Some fibers at the top, and of course this can be removed and journaled on as you wish. Some more of the granite paper and another mixed media snowflake embellished and beautiful vintage pearl sequin, not sequin, but holographic metallic opalescent trim. So pretty. The German antique lace, absolutely gorgeous. A little journaling card with the angels, the angel wing die cut, and avocado dyed paper. Vintage buttons. And this is the spot where I chose to put a vintage or antique postcard. I have to look at the back to see if there's any notes on it. Yeah, I can't read the date. Just says December 23rd. So we'll go with vintage. Isn't that so cute? I love the colors for this journal. Don't care so much for the blue check marks, so I really tried to cover them up on this side of the ledger page, and that's why I added this lace to the page side with the beautiful blue cotton threads on it. And I'll just put this little guy back. Takes me a minute sometimes. And then on this side I've got the pillowcase edging crocheted, I think it's crocheted, cotton lace, beautiful. Another stacked pocket made from vintage wallpaper. Just got several tags and a journaling card. These can all be written on the back. And moved around wherever. A little journaling card with an image. I think these are all Lorna Taylor's. Pretty sure most of them are from her vintage Christmas of a few years ago. They're just so handy. This lace is just exquisite. Isn't it so beautiful? The bundles are absolutely huge, and I don't know if I mentioned it already. I just checked her website. She's got one bundle left. If you're interested, it is jam-packed full of everything you need to make the outside and inside of your journal, even more than one. I've actually made two. I've got another one that's almost finished, and it's got all the same laces, a few more, and just used differently, and it's a standard size journal. It's not a tall skinny. This is what I made using her beautiful colors of vintage Christmas trim and the seam binding. I love burgundy. I'm not so much a red person. I ended up not using the metallic ribbon that she sent. It could be used for Valentine's or any other occasion. It's beautiful, but there was no real bright red. But I really liked the burgundy tones, and that's what I went with for that tag. Some vintage Christmas recipes. I love that dark color of paper. And then this pretty page with another angel tag. Got some fluff at the top and sparkle. This is vintage lace in a blush colored pink tone, which I just love to use. And the avocado dyed papers, another little booklet and a little image tucked in here. The braille paper, beautiful eyelet cotton lace trim, vintage book page, and some more journaling spots with ephemera that can be moved around. Here's a little envelope. Just added a small lace applique to the back side of the flap. And then look at this beautiful Leon lace again. So, so beautiful. I just love that. I've added one of the little prayer booklets that I made with my prayer angel journals. And it can be written in or tucked inside this journal as you wish. So this is, what is it going to be called? Snow Song or Blue Ice Crystals? We'll see. It is beautiful, especially for this time of the year. It is just so pretty. I love this color. I hope you do too. And thanks again for watching. What I'm going to do now is I am going to show you this sweet little booklet that I've made. And I think I'll just run it simultaneously with this video. So it is, the idea, I got it directly from Debrina Pratt, and she is PixieDustFiles, as I mentioned, and then also Maria from UnderTheNightMoon. Their collaboratives are just so amazing. What I chose to do was make the little houses out of 5 houses, and I saw that she had done it using 3. So I had to just try and figure out what she did, because she doesn't really give you instructions. You can just kind of figure it out yourself. And that's what I decided to do. So this sweet little heart has, it's just crepe paper that I've smeared gold, the metallic gold on the edges, and then some sari silk ribbon. This beautiful little charm was gifted to me by the same lady who gave me the buttons, and it's so, so pretty. I love what it says, go where your heart sparkles. And then this is our little book. So it's got 5 houses, as I mentioned, and they just flip over. And this time I didn't use the rings. I used just some fabric to make the hinges. So that is 3, 4, 5. Let's get these all out. So yes, this is Debrina's idea, not mine. Make sure I give her credit. Absolutely adorable. And then I've just added different tags and pieces. She has, of course, many digital kits on her website, and you just have to figure out which ones you like. But the houses, I think, are in her vintage wallpaper digital kit. So these are just the little tags I've added. I backed them all onto just very lightweight cardstock. Added some German book page ripped up there. Here's some more of the findings from Jaizella from Lavish Laces. I just attached them as little bling to the top of the card. And then some metallic die cuts. Some more here. This little swingy piece. I think there's another one here. Another little swingy piece. And then she's big into very whimsical stuff. She's got poodles and dolls and all kinds of quirky, fun stuff. So I did the doll dresses, and then I just added some rhinestone chain as a necklace and some of the tags. And then this has another piece of her vintage findings on it, and a piece of Sheila's trim at the top, tucked into the little pockets. And then I just added some vintage or antique lace to each piece. And this bottom one, I added a pocket, an antique lace pocket. Isn't that just so perfect? I searched for the longest time trying to find just the right piece, and that was the winner. So I'm just in love with doing these. They are a little bit time consuming, but so fun to embellish. If you are interested, give her a try as well. So that is my little tag stack topper. So that is how I chose to adorn this sweet little booklet. And as I mentioned, they both wouldn't be included with the journal if you choose to be interested in purchasing it, but one of them would be. And you can have your choice of these two. So thanks again for watching, and I hope you're having a wonderful day and a great start to 2025. Bye for now.